The Royal Winnipeg Ballet has just released details for its upcoming season for 2026-27. The lineup includes a new work honoring the tragically hip, and this will be the first season fully curated by the RWB's new artistic director, Christopher Stowell. Joining us now is RWB's Christopher Stowell. Good morning, Christopher.
Good morning, Rochelle.
Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
You moved here at about June when it
my contract started June 1, so we moved here end of May. Yeah.
So how has the year been? How have you been settling in?
The year's been great, actually. We were completely surprised at how welcoming and warm this community has been. We had a great summer, and you knew this, but we didn't. There's a riot of activities happening over the summer. So have made a lot of great friends, gotten to know people in the arts community in particular, and are now renovating a house. So we're fully committed and loving living here in our new community.
I love hearing that, but the season was phenomenal as well, the last season. Tell us some of the highlights that you experienced.
We've been doing a lot over the last 6 months. We opened the season with Hansel and Gretel, which was very successful, and we took to the National Arts Centre in Ottawa. We did a 3-week tour of Nutcracker, and that was incredibly successful. And our run of Nutcracker here was the most successful ticket sales-wise in the company's history. Wow. So that is a surprise and a very welcome one. Yeah. Most recently, we've been on a 3-week tour of BC, very small communities there like Powell River, Chilliwack, Vernon. We ended up in Vancouver with a more contemporary program, including A Tall Wild Man of the Woods by Cameron Fraser Monroe, and we took it to the Tla'amin First Nation where he comes from. That tour was incredibly moving. I mean, these are small communities that never get to see dance on this level, and people were so grateful and so happy, particularly to share this with their children. So we had people lining up outside of theaters hoping that there would be extra tickets. I ended up giving my tickets away so that people could bring in their children. Very, very satisfying. Also tiring because we were in much smaller theaters than we're used to. But I think that's an important feature of RWB, that we can be that, and small communities really bringing dance to people everywhere. And the next thing we do is the Sleeping Beauty, the biggest and grandest classical ballet. So we are displaying all sides of ourselves right now. Okay,
well, let's talk about next season, because it's also a busy year for you. Tell us about it.
Well, I'm incredibly proud. As I mentioned earlier, I've been thinking about what the next phase of this organization's history should look like for the last 18 months. As part of the process of interviewing for the job, I had to develop some plans. So yesterday I announced it officially, and that's been 18 months in the works, and I feel really good about it. The main themes are respecting the traditions of the Royal Winnipeg Ballet, but also really looking forward, creating a path for our future. I want us to be more welcoming to more audiences. I want us to give more opportunities to new and particularly Canadian artistic talent, and all of that is happening next year.
And the Tragically Hip, we love them here in this country, and so you're doing a show about that?
So that's part of a triple bill, and there's a young Canadian woman, Elisa Pyers, who I have been working with over the years and mentoring a little bit, and I've asked her to create a brand new work for us, inspired by the Tragically Hip, and it's in sort of honoring the 10th anniversary of Gord Downey's passing.
Okay, so that'll be fun. And then there's also a collaboration that's happening across the country.
Yes, that's the Northern Lights Project, and I'm really, really proud and happy about this. So I have talked into joining us, my colleagues at the Banff Centre for the Arts and Creativity, the National Arts Centre in Ottawa, and the Fall for Dance North Festival in Toronto. We collectively want to give young Canadian artists opportunities to experiment, explore, and inspire one another without the pressure of putting it immediately on a big stage. So as I said, we're partnering. Banff is going to give opportunities to artists to just be in the beautiful surroundings of their center, to ruminate and develop ideas.
That's wonderful.
Then they would come here, we would make a dance, and we'll see what happens with it.